wanting to explore through hypnosis?
Unconditional self-love.
Unconditional self-love. Okay, great. So part of the hypnosis is there's an age regression during it, but I like to talk to people about this beforehand just to see if you've had any traumatic events that you are like, you know what, I'm good. I don't need to pop back into that, or I've worked through that, or like any suppressed memories or trauma, or really anything that might just be too intense at all in your life. Is that something to
No,
look
no,
out for?
I trust whatever comes up is useful.
Okay, wonderful. And then if anything does come up that is too intense, or you just want to take a break, or it's just not really working, you're in control at all times. So there's a couple of things that you can do. You can pull back from the scene as if you're watching it from above. So you're not like intensely reliving any trauma or anything like that, because that's not the intent of what we're doing today. So just know you have that option, or you can say anything to me if you like. You can talk to me at any time during this. In fact, I'm going to be asking you questions that you'll be speaking out loud. And each and every time you speak and talk to me, it's going to make you more and more relaxed. It's going to take you deeper into hypnosis. So you have those options. If at any moment you want to communicate anything with me, please do so. Other than that, any questions, comments, concerns? No?
No,
Okay.
thanks, Joel.
All right, wonderful. So, Johnny, if you want to... As you walk along, it leads you into a forest that feels dense and protective, and you feel at home and safe. With each step, your head becomes clearer and clearer. The fresh air of the forest seems to invigorate you for an adventure. And with curiosity, you begin to explore. The trees become denser, and as the sun goes down, the light becomes dimmer, and you can see the moon rise in the sky and send silvery slivers down through the trees, making the forest seem potent and alive. You feel a sense of bravery and expectation within you, and you know that you are safe. Now, as you continue to walk, you see a form approach. This form is dark and misty, and the closer it comes, the more familiar it seems. And in fact, when it gets close enough, you can see it is an exact reflection of you. This reflection feels familiar in a clingy, fearful, and draining way. It is a very powerful force, very powerful in getting what it wants. Now take a few moments to look at it for what it is. It's the thing that silences you every time you know you should speak up. The thing that has another drink whenever you decide you've had enough. The thing that whispers, you don't deserve it. They don't love you. They'll never call you back. You shouldn't even try because every time you do, it never works out. You're an embarrassment. You're ugly. Your ideas are stupid. You're depressed again and it will never change. You can't afford it. This thing stands in your way. In fact, it paralyzes you. Just on the other side of this thing is everything you've ever wanted, everything you've ever intended for your life, everything you wished you were. Face it now. Look at it and see your eyes reflected back. Ask it now. What are you? What is your name? Why are you here? See it in front of you now as it reflects back to you all the times it has shown up in your life. Stay with it. Stay in that feeling. Let that feeling grow. Let it consume you. You know this feeling so intimately. In fact, it might always be there. You've just grown used to it. You don't even realize it's there all the time. Let the numbness fall away. Stop resisting and let this feeling be seen and heard and felt loudly. Right now, sense it in your body. How do you know you can feel it? Without thinking, without hesitation, where is it in your body now? Good. Good. Now hold on to that. We are going to use it as a portal. I would like you to follow it back to a crucial, significant scene, to a time when you were very young, a time when this feeling showed up to you as a child. And without hesitation, as you land in the scene, I'm going to ask you some questions. And when you answer out loud, with each word you speak, it will make you more and more relaxed. With each word you speak, you will fall deeper and deeper into hypnosis. With each word you speak, the scene around you will become clearer and clearer. Starting to go back now, younger, smaller, lighter, back through the years, as I count from 1 to 3 and snap my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Be there now. You can see yourself right smack in the middle of this scene where this limiting belief showed up in your life. And as this scene becomes clearer and clearer before you, I'd like you to notice a couple of things and let me know what you notice. Johnny, is it day or night? Are you inside or outside? And who is with you? What is happening? Good. See it, feel it, hear it now. As if you are that small child, so impressionable, trying to make sense of it all, trying to form your view of the world. What is happening right now that is forming the belief you hold with you now, telling you you can't have it, love is not for you, your talents and skills are not enough. Be little you in that scene now. What are you feeling? What is going on? Have an understanding now of how what you heard and saw and felt shapes the way you think today. Good. Good. Now put that scene aside in your mind because we are going back to a time when you were younger, smaller, back to a significant, vibrant scene, all to do with that fear you hold on to today. That thing that stands in the way of everything you've ever wanted. Starting to go back now, younger, smaller, lighter, back through the years as I count from 1 to 3 and snap my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Be there now. You can see yourself right smack in the middle of this scene where this limiting belief first showed up in your life. Now, as this scene is appearing before you, you notice a couple of things. Is it day or night? Are you inside or outside? Who is with you? What is happening? See it, feel it, hear it now, as if you are that small child trying to form your view of the world. Good. Stay with it now. Be little you in that scene and have an understanding now of how what you heard, saw, and felt shapes the way you think today. What is happening to you? How do you feel? Good. Putting that scene aside in your head, we are going back one more time to the most vital scene, the most impactful scene that has shaped this limiting belief. Starting to go back now, younger, smaller, lighter, back through the years. Taking a nice big deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Good. As I count from 1 to 3 and snap my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Be there now. You can see yourself right smack in the middle of the scene where this limiting belief first showed up in your life. And as the scene appears before you, you notice, is it day or night? Are you inside or outside? Who is with you? What is happening? See it, feel it, hear it now, as if you are that small child, so impressionable, trying to make sense of it all, trying to form your view of the world. What is happening right now that is forming the belief you hold with you today? Stay in that scene. See what you see, feel what you feel, and have a greater understanding. Good. Now see the scene start to dissolve. See yourself rise above. Take a moment now to pull back and look at all three of these scenes side by side, like you are a detective. Have a discovery and see the thing that connects these three scenes. Look in and around and through these scenes, and I know now, I see now where these beliefs come from. Have an understanding, have a discovery. It all makes sense now. Look at those scenes and understand the impression they had on you as a child and how they shaped and impacted you today. Look over and around and right through those scenes and understand what they did to you. Understand how you formed this belief as a child. You didn't know, you couldn't know what you know now. That sweet little child who was forced to pick up others' beliefs. That isn't you. You learned what you lived, and this belief has stayed with you your entire life, kept you from everything you've ever wanted your entire life. See and understand now where that came from. See that child in those scenes. See little you. Now I'd like you to put yourself in those scenes as adult Johnny. I'd like you to go up to little Johnny. Introduce yourself. Tell him who you are. Tell him, I love you. I'm here for you. Help him to feel loved, to feel seen and understood and safe. Take a moment and ask little Johnny what they need from you and give it to him. Tell him, I love you and I'm here for you. Ask little Johnny what he needs from you right now. Take him back to those scenes and let him fully express the emotions he wanted to but never could. Let him rage in those scenes if he needs to rage. Let him cry. Let him shout. Let everyone listen to what he has to say and do what he wants to do. If he needs to be comforted and protected, give that to him. Be there with him and guide him through this process. If you need assistance, you can call in an angel or a spirit guide. You can call in the element of fire and burn the scene up. You can call in water to cool it down and wash yourself pure and clean of what happened. You can call in earth for a solid foundation of safety and security, or air if you need a breath of life. Whatever action little Johnny needs in those scenes, help him to take it now. And take your time. Now I would like you to bring forward the people in these scenes who hurt you the most. the people who left a deep-seated mark on your life. Be with little one as they stand in front of the two of you and your angel or spirit guide if you need them there. And as you see them in front of you, now is the time to forgive, not because they deserve it, not because what they did was okay. You forgive them for you. You understand they did what they did to you because someone treated them very badly, because they were hurting so deeply. They were acting out of fear. Imagine them now as a child. Recognize that every child deserves to be loved and cared for. Understand that they did not receive that, and they will hurt until they choose to heal, which might not happen in this lifetime. So if you can, forgive that child who was hurt and broken and feel the weight dissolve off of you. It is safe here today. It is safe to feel your feelings. Feel them and set yourself free. You are supported. You are protected. The time is now. Today is the day of forgiveness. Forgiveness allows you the opportunity to release all fear and resentment, shedding this experience to transition into the light of pure love and understanding. Let go of your hurt. It is time to step into the light. Good. See these people dissolve before your eyes. You have let them go. You have set yourself free. After reviewing these scenes of your life, you have decided this limiting belief no longer serves you. And it's time for little one to hear it. Tell little one, that's not me, because I choose my beliefs. And from this moment forward, I choose my experience. As an adult, it will never be necessary or relevant or interesting for you to continue to live this pattern. You choose here today to eradicate that belief from your life, and you choose to replace it with something better. If that old belief can shape your life, so can this new one. Say to yourself, say to little one, I am enough. I love myself. I am enough. I love myself. Here's the truth. You make your beliefs, and your beliefs make you. Every second of every day, you choose what you let in, what you believe. Choose to believe that you are deeply significant. Good, you have value to offer the world, and the more you offer, the more is given back. Say to yourself, say to little one, I attract love because I give love. I attract wealth because I am generous. Picture yourself now with immense abundance of love, wealth, creativity, health, and see all that you give to the world with what you have. The more you give, the more you receive, the more you allow, the more you receive. And you know how to allow. You've been practicing this whole time. Just by saying, yes, I allow, yes. See yourself, feel yourself with vast wealth and with perfect health. See all that you could be and all that you could do. You are in the state of flow. You are a vessel. It would be selfish to keep it to yourself. See all the people you could serve. See all the good that you could do. Your gifts come in and they flow out. From this point forward, every single word you say, every thought you think is the blueprint of your life. Now that you are conscious and aware of your thoughts, you choose your beliefs, you choose your mood, you choose your money, your health through your thoughts today. So today and from here on out, you think, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am talented, and I am loved. What you move towards moves towards you. Anytime you might feel anxiety or tension or sadness, I want you to embrace it. Remember the shadow. These feelings, these shadows are messages trying to tell you something. Now is the time to listen. With those feelings is your opportunity to check in with yourself. What do you need right now? And how can I give it? Do I need love? Do I need comfort? Do I need protection? Then give it to yourself. And then replace that with unending love. And you can feel that love. You can feel that love as you start to think of someone who unconditionally loves you. Think of someone in your mind's eye right now who you know without a doubt unconditionally loves you. If for some reason that's difficult, think of an animal that will unconditionally give its love. And feel how that feels. Feel the warmth and comfort and protectedness. And let that grow within you. Feel it in every cell of your body. Feel it permeate you. Feel the vibration run through your veins. Feel it vibrate every cell right into alignment. All you need to do is allow it to come in. You know how to allow. Just relax. Say yes and allow. Because you are worth it. You are worthy. You have tapped in to the love that surrounds you. And now that you can feel that love, that unending love, start to feel it for yourself. Now that love is you, it is all around you. It is flowing and it is unending. It is looping out and in through your entire body. And you can feel the electric energy revive you. And you accept it completely and without question. Because you are here today to receive all of that love. You have found the source. You have tapped into the well. Give yourself permission to be here and now and take as much as you need. Allow yourself to soak up until you can absolutely take no more. It is all here for you right now. You can have it. It was made just for you. And as you feel this feeling, this unending well of love, memorize it. Memorize it at a cellular level. Let it imprint upon you. This feeling is yours. This love is yours. This energy is yours. Anytime, anywhere that you need it, you can come right back to it and take as much as you need for as long as you want. It is here for you. Now bask in that understanding. Take your time and really memorize that. And as we get ready to come back into this room, have gratitude for yourself and all of the work that you've done today and all of the bliss you've allowed yourself, all of the deep cellular healing that has gone on and that will continue to happen. And as I count from 5 to 1, you will become fully aware in this room. 5, 4, 3, feeling relaxed and revived. 2, 1, fully aware in this room, eyes open, wide awake. How you doing, Johnny?
Yeah, good.
Good?
Hmm.
Good. How was that experience for you?
It's very a lot of similarities with certain exercises that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think what I've learned with experience doing these things is to keep a very open mind, but
Mm-hmm.
not to relax into it, not to try to like push. So there's a lot of times like I felt there's a lot of times especially starting when I was like, whoa, my head is so tight, and instead of trying to like rush through and dissolve everything, just kind of like sit with it and kind of like breathe into things, let it be more like an expansion contraction.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like the same thing all the way through. I guess I got some like deeper insight into my patterns that just reinforces what I already thought to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And the relaxation again, as I was experiencing like right until I opened my eyes, I used to look for like silver bullets. I used to be like, oh, like I tried everything. That's how I got into past life regression and Akashic records. I was like, oh, I just want to find that one perfect thing, and then my whole life will be amazing. And I get to,
Yeah.
right. But I have
Yeah.
found a lot of things that have helped and reinforced each other or added a broader perspective to what I've already done. And what we've just done now today is really reinforced. It's been good to reinforce and deepen what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel significantly more relaxed now than I did before we started.
That's great. So, can you talk a little bit about in the beginning of the meditation when you came across the shadow in the woods? What was that like for you?
That's very funny you say that because I think I actually like gapped out for a second when you mentioned
Yeah.
the shadow, because there was a period where I was like my mind went away, and as soon as I
Uh-huh.
realized it went away, I came back and I just went back to following your instructions.
Mm. Okay. So right after that was then going into the age regression. So you were back for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's really common in hypnosis and people do that all the time. And It's kind of the point, actually. You kind of like want your conscious, like thinking mind to kind of like step aside, and then all of that information kind of just really goes directly into your subconscious. And then it can be coming up and out, and you can be having memories and fragments for, who knows how long. You could next week, and you'd be like, oh, yeah, that thing, wow, that thing came out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So then, how was the regression for you when you went back into your childhood memories?
The first memory, I wasn't sure if it was like a real memory or like a
Hmm.
created one
Which is
because
totally fine too.
yeah, like when I do Akashic record work, it's like everything is just symbolism anyways. So
Definitely.
the first the first one was like a birthday party, and I felt like I was surrounded by all of my guides and like teachers, like as in
Hmm.
a spiritual sense.
Hmm.
Um, and it felt very supportive, but I felt a bit disconnected from it. And when you added the extra instruction to it, I realized it was because all of this has to do with my perception that my father never accepted me or supported me or like saw me for who I was when I was a kid. Um, and then the other two memories, like for sure these were created because in the second memory I was like in the womb and I was
Mm.
feeling all of this stress and tension that my mother was feeling because her and my father had some kind of like fight. So I really had this
Mm.
sense of like, oh, it's like literally like I need like my father's approval is like literally it's like literally required just for like the universe to even exist. Like that's how I felt. It was very very
Hmm.
tenuous. And then the first memory, I never had an experience like this. I went back to where they were like conceiving me, and the
Hmm.
whole emotional dynamic between the two of them while they were while they were in the act of it, and it just I guess it just showed me, Joel, even more. It's like they're good, like they're well intentioned people with a lot of good in them. But it's true when I say like they couldn't see me for who I was because they both had a kid. Their intentions were good, but they weren't really even clear on their own intentions. They both had a kid because they were looking to fulfill or figure out their own relationships with their parents through
Oh,
becoming
yeah.
parents. So
As we
like there
all
was
do, right?
well then like I thought about because my own sister is having a child in a
Hmm.
couple of days, and I have my own opinions about like I wish her really well, but I have my own concerns because it's so but if I had a kid tomorrow, I mean, like, I'm not fucking perfect. I'd definitely project onto them and make mistakes and all the rest of it. Like,
Oh,
no
yeah.
one is perfect. No one is
It,
perfect.
hey, it's everyone's right to fuck up their kid. Like that's that's everyone's God-given right, and then they must go forth and do these strange hypnosis exercises and figure it all out.
Well, you're reminding me of it was actually a Tony Robbins documentary where he you saw him working with like specific people at one of his seminars, and like there was one young woman who like talked about how her relationship with her father fucked her up because he was an addict. But
Mm.
then a bit later in the conference, there was a woman who said her life was fucked up because her dad was basically like Prince Charming, and it had ruined her opinion of what all you know what I'm trying. So it's like you're damned if you
Yeah,
do, you're damned if you don't, right?
absolutely. It's everyone's journey to figure it out.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, good. So then moving on to the end, were you able to get to that place of fulfillment and self-love and feeling that for yourself?
What I experienced it as was definitely like an ability to sit in like this, like these. I have these like clenched, tight held places within me. That's what I was
Hmm.
feeling at the beginning. To really sit there and to allow to allow like the softening and to watch the
Mm-hmm.
process of the softening and to be
Mm-hmm.
very mindful and very present with that and focused on it without feeling like I was pushing or trying to speed the process up.
Yeah, that's that's really excellent to go in and really kind of like find all of those little spaces. Do you do that energetically? Is it an energy thing for you? Is it a thought process? It's energetic.
I do a lot of energy work, and it is really like sitting with things as they are, but holding space with a focused intention. That's how I experience it.
Yeah. I mean, I could really see it in your eyes and you're really kind of scrunching up there and I was like, "Oh, there's stuff going on. There's stuff happening there." But
I do that once in a while, and it almost feels like, there's like that muscle exercise where if a muscle feels tight, you like squeeze it really
mm,
tight, and then you can't like voluntarily let it go. I
yes.
I think because I do that once in a while. I think that's what I'm doing because
Uh-huh.
yeah, like that whole part of my face, like I can even see it. It's like it's literally like squeeze turned in and like
Yeah.
clenched. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
But then you're
That's
relaxing and just really letting it soften just like you said.
yes. That's how it feels.
Mhm. Well, great. That's good. Well, this was awesome. I really hope you got something out of it. Sounds like you got some just different perspective and understanding, which is pretty cool.
I think you've got a great voice for facilitation, and yeah, I'm grateful for your time and to get this like I say it's like a confirmation or a reaffirmation of like how these modalities have their similarities and their benefits.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome that you do Akashic records and past life and stuff like that. I think that's so fascinating as well, and just a different, really cool way and perspective to experience healing.
There's lots of ways, and I find it's whatever can be grounded in a person's like daily experience, whatever
Mm.
way works for them is good. So I started with that stuff, and I've largely moved away from the way I was taught to do it because I still use it, but I use it in ways that are much more like small and linked to a person's daily life. It's just
That is so important. It's like because you can have this huge, massive experience, and that's really fun. And like, I know that I kind of like seek that, like these huge experiences and realizations and all of that. And that I've had a lot of them, and they're really cool. But to integrate that, sometimes it's just like a punch, and you're just like, you don't know how to handle it. To integrate that into your everyday life is like, it can be a mess, but I love what you just said and how making it smaller and just kind of like in smaller doses and being like, how can we work this into your everyday life and processing? And it's kind of like little steps at a time, which I think could be maybe more helpful in the long run.
I had similar like my version of what you just described, and have you heard of Ram Dass?
Uh huh. Yeah.
Is that phrase? It can take a long time for God to learn how to take out the garbage.
I've never heard that. That's good.
Yeah, little steps, right?
Absolutely. All right. Awesome, Johnny. It was so nice to meet you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too, Jill. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.